And now we have a next presentation from Professor Ivars Kalviņš, who is Director of Institute of Organic Synthesis. He's author of a couple of drugs on the market, also in dozens of drug candidates. He's also the head of the Strategic Council of an NGO called BIRTI, which means Baltic Institution for Technology, Research and Innovation. And the purpose of this institution is to bring together researchers and business people to make the ideas generated in academia to work. So Ivar, his topic is a bit provocative, I would say. Yes, from east to west, keeping the best, but apparently he has chosen on purpose because the institute, which is headed by Ivars Kalviņš, the Institute of Organic Synthesis for Latvia, was evaluated as the best research institute in our country by international expert evaluation. So, Ivar, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much for kind introduction. I would add to this last sentence, 5 stars means we are among the leaders in the area in the world. Next, please. Our institute was founded by Professor Solomon Hillers more than 55 years ago as the pro-innovative research organization which should to develop new medicines and pesticides for former Soviet Union. Next, please. The main fields you can read here, they are coupled with organic chemistry and use of organic chemistry in synthesis of different kind of products. And really, we are involved in both processes. First of all, we are using the public money to generate knowledge, and also we are using the public money to transform the knowledge into the money. Next, please. This is the drug discovery process, which needs lots of time, money, and risk, and therefore cooperation is needed for the whole process. And it takes, if we are looking for median of success in the world, at least some billions of dollars to be successful in that field. We are not so big. After the collapsing of the Soviet Union, we lost a lot of infrastructure, etc. And would add to that what was told by Mr. Spitzberger, a little bit in controversy to that. You see, the main problem in the former Soviet Union countries in this area and eastern of Europe is not lack of the science. The science and fundamental science was very strongly developed in also the former Soviet Union time, but then the transformation of systems led to how to say, there was 2 types of the knowledge, of the generations of institutions who generate the knowledge. One was the universities, fundamental research, and then the scientific institutes belonging to the Academy of Sciences. And then there was a lot of infrastructure which was devoted for innovation, not for research, for developing of technologies and innovation process. It was simply destroyed in each of country I know, in eastern part of the Europe, and therefore now that knowledge is not really be able to be transformed to the product or whatever. So let's skip it because you can look on the equipment, but for many of us, that doesn't mean nothing. But here a little bit about the scientific research. We perform also the fundamental research. That means we publish the papers in best journals. We are also performing the teaching of PhD students and postdoctoral, etc. But we used also the European money to participate in such programs as Nabarsi, Enable, and we got also the Rector project in Balt. 3 projects together brings us around 15 million of euros. The Rector, this Balt, we use mostly for enhancing our excellence in the field and making the clustering, networking, etc., etc. Please, next. And there are these training and networking organizations we are working together. And this project, next, next, and next, and next. So, please, next. So, and some of the leading scientists from around the world, we got back to the institute, and they are involved now in our research. One of the best chemists in the world, Professor Edwin Vedesh, also is working with us. Okay, next, next. But you see also we invited long-term visitors from both, from Western countries and from Eastern. From Eastern we see Russia, Belarus, Ukraine, etc. And all together we are working on drug design and discovery. Next, please. You see the scientific articles we publish around 80 to 100 per annum, but one of the instruments in creating the contacts is our scientific journal, this Journal of Heterocyclic Chemistry. We accept the articles in Russian and in English, and in 1 month is after the publishing on Russian. It is translated in English in New York by Springer. We see then this Chemistry of Heterocyclic Compound journal. So I told about the costs of discovery of new drugs, around $1 billion in median. Latvian Institute of Organic Synthesis discovered 17 original drugs already brought to market, and 3 are underway. One of them will be legislated in the United States after 2 months precisely. So, for example, we can see the international cooperation, what we are performing in this field. We started it immediately after or even before the collapsing of Soviet Union, and we are working together with the best companies in the world and the universities included, from the top 5 pharmaceutical companies in the world to our customers for drug design and discovery. Next, please. And you see the number of patents we applied for this collaborative research, and these are gotten patents. These are not applied. Next, please. Each year you see we are protecting more inventions as publishing the papers. And these look like that. So, from these last time success stories, one of the anti-Alzheimer disease treatment medicine we developed together with German colleagues, and the turnover is around $2.5 billion per annum. Next, yeah, okay, let them. So, next product what will appear this year on the market is Belinostat. Estimated turnover will be over $2 billion, and 2 territories were bought by customers, and the deal is estimated as $1 billion deal. So, for sweets, we developed a new anti-inflammatory drug candidate, let's say so. Also, they got the 250 million license from one German company for that. So, and also a lot of new products we developed for the Latvian pharmaceutical industry. Okay, let's go further. I would say in Latvia it's very difficult to discover new medicines now, but how we are operating. For example, you can see one of the success story. discovery of new type of cardiovascular agent. We started with the state research program, which is really for, let's say, fundamental research. We found the receptor, the target of the drug, and started with the creation of appropriate compound to improve the situation in ischemic heart. And then we got from the pharmaceutical industry, from one company, the funding from Grindex, used that. Then we added the European Regional Development Fund money to that, and next step, the Grindex funding, and what we have the drug clinical candidate with with finished preclinical trials. That means project cost around 300 million euros now, if it will be sold. Okay, and a lot of different other products we develop, but what is the niche for us, and where we are looking for partners in eastern part of the Europe? We visited many countries of the former Soviet Union. We were also in Kurchatov's center and spoke with Professor Kovalchuk, and also we were in Belarus, and Belarus state committee head of the State Committee for Technology and Science visited our institute. We are looking for making this business, or this science, research, and business together. Next, please. As you see, the process is really complicated. We started with the search for targets, for biochemistry, structural biology, modeling, organic medicinal chemistry, pharmacology, pharmacodynamics, metabolism, and GLP toxicology. And there we stop, because our pilot plans were nationalized or privatized, in opposite. Privatized, and we lost this infrastructure, what is needed for innovation. And please remember, we are a small country. That means small economy. And all the rules, what are guilty for the, let's say, Germany, where a lot of large enterprises are present, where the innovation is led by leading companies. It's not possible in small countries. In our country, for example, we have no one innovative large enterprise present. That means we have to compete on the world market. We have to find the partners over the borders, and then to compete with other contract research organizations. Yeah? But they have the profit. We have no profit. That's it. Okay, and then we need now this pilot production and capacities to develop the product. We spoke with the Belarus. They have Institute of Bioorganic Chemistry, such a plant. What was also in our country for us. We had two. Yes, and you see this very well-known situation. If we are speaking about technology development phase, then we can now probably go to the IP protection. That's it. Because absence of this for innovation needed infrastructure. What does it mean? It means these testing laboratories, it means pilot productions, etc., where you can prove your concept, not on the paper, but in the factory. So, and then also the money is absent for that, the fundings are absent for that, venture capitalist foundations are not very active in the former Soviet Union territory. That means we have not enough money to make our business ourselves. So we are going to develop this infrastructure. If our government will support us, we will finish this in 2-3 years, And then we will be able to create the whole process of developing of new medicine from idea to the product, what we can offer to the people who are dealing with technology transfer, with all the things. Yeah? Next, and what we are inviting our colleagues from Russia, from Belarus, Armenia, Moldavia. Let us work together. You have the same problems as we have, and we can help you because we can make this bridge or stairways from the east to west. That's easy. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Professor Kalviņš, for this motivating, inspiring talk. So, do we have some immediate questions right now? Yes, please.
So my name is Igor Rybalchenko and I'm from Ukraine. You have mentioned several Eastern Art Partnership concepts except Ukraine. What does that mean? Do you have any contacts, productive contacts with Ukrainian people?
This is not very true because I visited Ukraine very, very often. We have there some colleagues who are very active on synthesizing of new compounds, and we are discussing how to join our efforts because they are able to synthesize tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of compounds, but without any target. We are synthesizing probably tens of compounds and getting the right compound, because to create a new medicine you need only one, the right compound. But normally the people are synthesizing hundreds of thousands or millions. So we have very good contacts with the clinicians in the Ukraine. I'm visiting very often the congresses of the cardiologists, and because we are selling our drug Mildronate on the market in Ukraine, which was for 2-3 years, I think, on the place second or first among all medicines of the world. That means a very successful one. In Russia, only on place 10th it was, but nevertheless. And we are interested in collaboration with Ukraine, both business partners and also academia. Unfortunately, these contacts are not so strong today as we would like to have.
Thank you. So if there's no other question,